Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You are tuned in to the Vitamin D with Dawn Dai podcast, and I am your host, Dawn Dai, here to get you excited about your life so that you can live life on purpose and for a purpose. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Vitamin D, it's a pun of my name. My name is Dawn, and you get vitamin D from the sun, so I'm here to shed light into your life. And I do this with inspirational insights and conversations with celebrities and everyday people like you and me. Because if you want to be better and you want to do better, then you're going to have to be able to see better. So join me on this journey of living our best lives and understanding and realizing how you are your greatest asset. Oh man, I came in the studio today and it just got real heavy. Heavy because I learned of another person whose husband suddenly died. And when I say suddenly, I'm saying I learned of sudden. One was a high school friend, found her husband unconscious. Another, somebody just in the entertainment realm. I'm not sure what happened, but learning that their husband at a young age had died. And it just makes me think like you got to live your life on purpose and for a purpose. And I know I say that all the time, but it's just like when you realize how short time is, when you realize how each day and every hour and every minute and every second of a day is a blessing. Who are you not to live full out? They say live full and die empty, right? So that was heavy, and I'm thinking like I'm about to come in like with that, and I'm just like, And the thing about it is like, one to come in with inspiration and motivation and be uplifting, it doesn't mean that bad things don't happen. But I think it's also recognizing those things and seeing how those things merge with the good things, because they say it's rain in every rainbow. You may have heard me say it before. I asked God to grow and it started raining. You know, there is a night and a day. I like to think there's a dusk to my dawn. So that was on my heart. And I guess I'm already heavy anyway because my homegirl Shelly, she moving across the country. She moving all the way to the DMV area up into Virginia. I don't know, man. That's hitting me a little something. I say it's hitting me because I really say that as far as being in LA, that's one of my closest friends. Like, that's the homie. Like, you know how you got those friends that got your back? Those friends that hold you down, that you know that they are for you? Man. And recently, we had a whole celebration, celebrating her going away. And it was beautiful. It was a great event. And it really was a testament of, you know, when something is for you and how things organically work. And for me during that time, I was up there meditating on my throat chakra. And the throat chakra is all about expression and getting things out and expressing yourself and knowing that what you say matters and being intentional about what you say. And what I like to think too, when we think about the throat, we think just verbal communication. But I like to also think that when we think about the throat chakra, that is just communication in general, just expression overall. And for me, I'm working on that because I'm here with you. And I want to make sure I show up as Dawn in every aspect of what I say, what I do, how I dress, how I think, because we're going to be here for a long time. And I want to establish that rapport with you.
Get your vitamin D right here with me and get excited about your life.
That's why I'm so deeply into my meditation and how it feels and what it's doing for me, like the running and everything. And I say that because we had to, we're getting ready to go to Shelly's send-off. And so the first night we went ahead and we had karaoke. And I love the look I was given. I had given like this, I had this jeans on with the blue top, with the black hat, and you know, my blonde locks, which are giving me everything I need in life even more. And so even talking about the realms of expression, I was like, you know, I wanted to switch it up for the all white day. And I like to think that I gave like a zaddy look. And, you know, it was really great because as I think about, and I was telling you before about how life is so short. And how you have to live full and die empty. I was eating up Shelly and I was like, girl, I think I'm about to pull a different look. I was like, you know, doing something different. And she was like, well, do what you want to do. And again, that's a testament of when you surround yourself with the right people, how you can show up as yourself. And for me, I think everything is about expression. I looked at it as the throat chakra of just what the dimension of how I want to show up as. And I guess I got to challenge you to think about how you want to show up. And when I say I killed this look, oh my gosh. It was like all oatmeal, all white, had the fedora, had the glasses, had the sneakers. And I have to say this, I've never felt more sexy in my life. And it was to the point like men and women were getting in. It was crazy. And I think the beauty of that, and I want to really get this out because we realize how short time is that you got to show up as you. You got to show up as you so that God can do whatever that work is. Now, whether that work looks like something that's religious or spiritual or some type of healing, whatever it is, I like to call like your song, to make sure your song can be authentically heard. And just in my meditation process of understanding what God is and who God is, understanding that God is the truth and the light and the way. And if God exists in each and every one of us, we got to show up in our truth and in our light. And you realize that it is exceedingly and beyond. And whatever this mindset of what you think it looks like and what it's supposed to be, that's not necessarily the case. And it was so great to show up as Dawn, or a dimension of Dawn, completely comfortable, completely sexy, and completely me. And I guess I really wanted to make that point is because I am delving in to a Dawn that, not a Dawn, but revealing. I don't know yet. But what I'm saying is that it was great to authentically show up as me. It was great to have a friend to say supporting that. And when you look at how short life is and how many people do not show up, how many people can't do things, whether they feel like they aren't tall enough or strong enough, they don't have the right body type. And it's like, all you got to do is be you. I mean, that's where the gift lies. And as I was thinking about or meditating on my throat chakra, and I realized of the expression of what that is how we have these gifts inside of us, right? God places these gifts. And the thing that's so interesting about the word is saying, like, you don't have to reveal, you don't have to peel off. You are just who you are. So when you get into a realm of you can step up who you are, there's clarity, there's peace, there's truth, there's light. It gives you the ability to shine. And I just need you to be you because people are losing their lives. And I even debated, I was like, what am I going to come in here and talk about? What am I going to talk about with you today? Because I'm like, do you want to just hear about my life and things that are going on? Or do you want to be inspired? Or do you want to hear about the news? And I sat there and I was looking at some posts and it's like, people need to be encouraged. And sometimes it's encouraged of just standing in your truth, standing in whatever is an expression of you. I can't strive and I can't stress that enough. It was to the point my homegirl might say, I love her to death. She's the whole girl. Like she's down for the Vitamin D with Dawn Dai podcast. She hit me up like, girl, I heard what you were saying. And blah, blah, blah. So she hit me up. She left these voice notes. She was like, so girl, I feel like I want to tell you this, but I don't want you to take it the wrong way. And I'm like, girl. So it's like 3 notes, right? She's like, but what is this look you giving? You giving androgynous or ambiguous? I was just wondering, what is this you giving? Is this a new thing? I sat there, I laughed and I had to call her back. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's always been me. Like I was actually on a hike today with a producer friend and we were just talking about what it means to show up authentically as you, show up in your light and looking at people who have had the courage to be who they are. You know what I'm saying? Living their life on the limb. In fact, when I came in the studio, I had just wrote a quick dose and it was a title of the song Crazy with Gnarls Barkley, aka 𝘲𝘪. And he was talking about how you must be crazy and how every person that he considered his hero when he was young lived their lives out on the limb. And when you think about living your life on the limb, that's no control, right? You're freely just doing what you want to do without anybody trying to sustain you, of telling you how to do you. And he was saying how that's everything that he's admired. And I'm a person that's saying how you do anything is how you do everything. And I want to make sure I show up as me and as Dawn, that you may get, girly Dawn, you may get androgynous Dawn. That's the colors that I think that face with that. And I laugh because for her, it was a new thing, but I can recall when I was younger, I was a tomboy. And sometimes I think I was like, I wonder if it was a tomboy stage because as I am loving on myself and working out and working on putting the right food in my body, I'm seeing my body form in different ways. But being a plus size girl, you're not really, feeling your body like that. Let's just be honest. And it doesn't feel good to have to go to a Lane Bryant or Ashley Stewart or being Lord and Taylor and be having the suits for Easter with the big old shoulder pads and stuff, having to wear grown people clothes. And therefore, even wearing a dress, not wanting your stomach to be out, And so I don't know if I found comfort of just wearing jeans and sneakers or shirts or whatever. So it was just good to step into myself. It was good to do that. And I just felt fine as hell. I mean, it was so ridiculous. I was getting on the elevator. The minute I got out of the car, this guy was staring at me so hard on the elevator. He couldn't even take. He was just like, wow, that fedora. Then he was like, I hope you don't mind if I just stare at you. It was to the point I was like, what's your name? How are you doing? Even in the bathroom, girls are like, oh my gosh, I love your fit. And it was like, wow, imagine how many people love you when you show up as you. Because people are dying. I just told you 2 people that died. And, you know, sometimes it can seem like a new thing to other people, but staying true. And I guess I was also, and I'm going everywhere because I'm just getting it all out. As I was talking about my hike with my producer friend, and she was just saying how it's interesting that a lot of people can have apprehension about showing up as they are. Whether we talking about you smoking, whether we talking about you getting high, whether we talking about you getting drunk, just being who you are. And I was saying how somebody that I absolutely admire is like how Cardi B has always shown up. And because of her ability to show up as she is in any other room, she has had her seat at the table. She has had it where the tables have turned. She has walked in rooms that many people would have struck her out. But the difference is that she never sold you anything different. She never sold you anything of a poster of what Cardi B was supposed to look like. She showed up as who she is. And I think we have the discernment, we have the ability to say how much we want to show up or what we want to choose to reveal ourselves, but let it just be of truth. That's all I say. I'm not saying you got to be butt naked, but let's not have a filter. If it's something you put out there, it's something you don't, but just show up in truth, because it's amazing what can happen when you decide to show up and shine. It's like you give other people the permission to shine. I mean, I just want you to shine. So I just wanted to say that because that was just dope that I gave myself permission to do that. And so now I have moved on to my third eye chakra. And that's just following my intuition. And it's interesting because I can start to feel things and things are coming my way. And I'm excited about that. I'm excited about what this dawn is coming into fruition and about to evolve under. And I want that for you. And I know that just as a sidebar, a lot of people going through some things. It's some crazy stuff I think is about to go down, or it already is going down. But I want you to say, hold on. I want you to look in the mirror and say to yourself, hold on. I need you to really tap into that faith, because it's just a faith the size of a mustard seed. It's just a little. And if you could just have a little for whatever you're going through, I promise it's going to be okay. You just can't stop. And I need you to find a way that's going to find your peace. Find your peace, whether that's you meditating, whether that's you journaling, whether that's you getting out on the track and you jogging. Clearly, the things that I'm doing for my peace, what are you doing for yours? Get to a point where you not only get physically fit, but you're getting emotionally fit. That's what I'm working on, because I'm taking it higher and I'm taking it further. And I want you to have the same with me. And I'm so out there with posting everything I'm doing on social media at Dawn Dai Speaks Everywhere, because I want you to see this process that I'm going through. There was a meme I posted up on my IG story, and it was of Elise Neal. Is it McNeil or Elise Neal? But anyway, you've seen her on Set It Off. She was on, I'm trying to think of that movie with Denzel Washington. And it was a picture where it was side by side. One picture was her smiling and glowing. And she was like, what people think healing looks like, or that's what the meme was there. And then the other was her traditional crying face. And it's what healing really looks like. Because that's what it is right now. I'm just wide open. I'm feeling everything, looking at myself, figuring out how I'm going to engage with you on this podcast and keep it moving, but also walking and discovering my truth of what that looks like, or basically uncovering it for myself. And I feel like in life, we uncover that every step of the way. And I just need you to be brave with that. I need you to walk in that. I need you to walk in your authenticity. I need you to realize that when you ask God to grow, sometimes it will rain, but you need the rain, because the rain is life, right? And as long as you keep your eye on God, that's the light, right? The light in the way. And guess what? With the light in the way, there comes truth. And I think half the time we miss the truth because sometimes we aren't communicating with ourselves like we need to. We up here so busy telling lies. And that's another thing. Interesting, when you're communicating with somebody, how can you expect the truth from somebody who can't even be honest with themselves? I just need you to catch it, and I just need you to receive it. And I need you to catch it on whether or not you're being honest with yourself. And again, honest with yourself is spending time with yourself. Being honest with yourself is taking time to meditate with yourself. Being honest with yourself is taking time to see yourself. Being honest with yourself is taking time to receive yourself. Did you catch it? That's what I need you to do. It's a lot going on out here. And if you're so busy that you can't even accept yourself, how the hell are you going to deal with everything else that's going on? You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. You better see yourself before you deceive yourself. And you better receive yourself. Yeah, we got to, right? We gonna die anyway. And I want to say another thing. Don't get caught up in what you see. You got to remain with the vision. So whatever it is that you want, don't let what you get caught up in what you see discourage you. You got to remind yourself that greater is coming. You got to remind yourself of the promise that's on your life. You're still here. It ain't over. One step in front of the other. That's it. So what do you want? You ready to get it? It's yours for the asking. All right, y'all. So listen, make sure that you definitely check us out on social media. My own personal at Dawn Dai Speaks, but you know that we busted out with the new joint. VitaminDDawnDai everywhere. Jeremiah is holding it down, getting the content, putting that stuff up there that you guys can see. There's excerpts from the interviews. We got memes. We got quick doses, but quick doses are primarily on my page. But, we share them in the stories. And we got our inspiration there. So check that out. And while you're doing that and you're online, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and tell somebody else to subscribe and tell somebody else to subscribe. It's Vitamin D, baby. We shedding the light. We talking about living life on purpose and for a purpose. And we can't contain the light. We got to spread the light. So spread the light and tell somebody what we doing over here, okay? All right? Also, I accept advice letters. We call them Vitamin D advice letters. You can go ahead and email me, VitaminD@DawnDai Speaks. Also, you might want to be a guest, so make sure you email us, VitaminD@DawnDai Speaks, okay? I'm going to get out of here. I'm in the business of making dreams come true, and I damn sure ain't going to forget about mine. So until next time, I want you to always remember that you are your greatest asset.
Get your vitamin D right here with me and get excited about your life.